Hello class, welcome back. We are going to do lab number 6.2.2.4 in packet tracer, that is configuring trunks. So let's get started. We are here in the Untitled chapter number 6. Let's open up 6.2.2.4. 6.2.2.4. Let's open up. And where is the packet tracer file? pka, click on that. Okay, so now we're opening that up. Okay, teaching screen is on, so you can see 6.2.2.4. I close this one right here. Okay, so you know how to open up 6.2.2.4. My video was not showing the screen before, but I know how, you know how to do that. So here I open the packet tracer file. Here is my topology, and then I have right here my instruction. Okay, so I'm going to get started reading the instruction and then do the lab. Okay, this is about configuring trunk port. Okay, first I am given an addressing table. There are 6 PCs, PC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and their IP addresses, their subnet masks, and which switch port they are connected to, that, and which VLAN they belong to. VLAN 10, 20, and 30 on S2, switch number 2, and then also VLAN 10, 20, and 30 on S3, that is switch 3. Okay, so now look at the topology picture. Trunks are required to pass VLAN information between switches. A port on a switch is either an access port or a trunk port. That's right. The port here if you look at the PC1, that is connected to Fast Ethernet 011. That port should be typically an access port because it is only accommodating VLAN 10. Okay, as opposed to look at this Gigabit 01. Gigabit 01 port is connected to S1, the other switches Gigabit 01 port. So Gigabit 01 port has to carry the traffic from all these VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 and VLAN 30, all should go eventually, ultimately, through this Gigabit 01 port to the other switch. Therefore, the Gigabit 01 port has to be configured as a trunk port to carry all the VLANs. That's right. Okay. Now, access ports carry, let's look back to the instruction. Access ports carry traffic from a specific VLAN assigned to the port. A trunk port by default is a member of all VLANs. Therefore, it carries traffic for all VLANs. This activity focuses on creating trunk ports and assigning them to a native VLAN other than the default. Okay, a native VLAN is a VLAN whose traffic the trunk port will not tag. When traffic from different VLANs pass through the trunk port tags on the traffic that, okay, you belong to VLAN 10. Okay, here I put a seal on you, I put a mark on you. You are another packet. You belong to VLAN 20, so I'm gonna tag you with VLAN 20, things like that. But a native VLAN, that particular VLAN's traffic will not be tagged by the trunk port. That's all. That's what the native VLAN is about. Okay. Part 1, step 1, display the current VLANs. Okay, so we're going to go to the on S1, issue the command that will display all VLANs configured, and there should be 10 VLANs in total. Notice how all 24 access ports on the switch are assigned to VLAN 1. On S2 and S3, display and verify all the VLANs are configured and assigned to the correct switch ports according to the addressing table. Okay, so let's go to the S1 first and verify. So here we go, S1 in the CLI. Okay, enable en. Now I'm going to type a show command. SHOW show VLAN brief, VLAN brief, BRIEF, show VLAN brief. Enter. So here we go. We have this VLAN 1. VLAN 1 is the default VLAN. We know that. This is active, and all the ports right now, fast Ethernet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way, every single port is now belonging to VLAN 1. Now there are other VLANs have already been created. VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. No ports have been assigned to them. I'm in the S1. And the trunk port has not been configured yet. I can see that because this Gigabit 01 and 02, those ports are connected to the other switches. Once they are trunk port, they should not be shown here in the VLAN 1. They should not be shown. So they are not trunk yet. Okay. So VLAN 1, and then VLAN this 2, 3, sorry, 20, 10, 20, 30, 88 is the management VLAN. 99 is the native VLAN. And these are the 1002, 3, 4, and 5. These VLANs are reserved. Don't worry about those. So just know that VLAN 1 was created by default automatically. This reserved VLAN 2, these reserved ones are also created by default. These are the VLANs from 10 to 99. They are the ones we create them manually. Okay. In this case, the packet tracer already has done that for us. So we start from here. Now, on S2 and S3, also display and verify all the VLANs. Okay, so let's go to the S2 and S3. S2 right here. CLI, okay, show VLAN brief. Okay, so I have not gone to the enable port yet, but this particular information even shows here. Okay, so what I see here, that VLAN 10, 20, and 30, they have already ports assigned. Port number 11, fast Ethernet 11, has been assigned to VLAN 10. Port number 18 to VLAN 20. Port number 6 to VLAN 30. Interesting. So already VLAN have been created and port have been assigned, but no trunk port have been done here yet as well. Okay, let's go to the S3 right here, just to verify what it looks like now. Okay, I'm going to enable and then show VLAN brief, BRIEF. Okay, and I see the same thing. VLAN 10, 20, and 30, they have Swiss port assigned. Okay, Swiss port 11, 18, and 6, which I look at the table right here, is true. VLAN 10 should be on port number 11. VLAN 20 should be port number 18, and VLAN 30 should be on port number 6, both on S2 and S3, same. So I can see that that's been done. Good. Now going to step number 2. Step 2. Verify loss of connectivity between PCs on the same network. Although PC1 and PC4 are on the same network, they cannot ping one another. This is because the ports connecting to the switches are assigned to VLAN 1 by default. In order to provide connectivity between PCs on the same network and VLAN, trunks must be configured. Okay, so in this case, looking at this topology, PC1 and PC4, they belong to the same VLAN. Why? Because I can see their VLAN 10 and the VLAN 10, yes, same VLAN. Look at the IP address 172.17.10. Here is also 172.17.10. These first three octets are matching. Okay, now, so let's try to ping. Ping should not be successful because even though all these VLANs are configured, again, one more time, I'll just repeat and make sure that to clarify, the ping will not be successful because the connection right here between S2 and S1, on the gigabit 01, that connection should be a trunk port that has not been configured yet. So it's not going to go through this connection. Same way on the other side. Between S1 and S3, this connection via gigabit 02 port on both sides have not been configured as a trunk yet also. So let's demonstrate that. Go to PC1 and try to ping on PC4. Try to ping to PC4. Ping PING. Okay, and PC4, where is PC4? Its IP address is this. I am gonna copy it. Control C and right mouse click here, paste, enter. So as is expected, the ping was not successful. Okay, so I'm going back to the instruction. Okay, now part 2, configure the trunk. So I'm going to go ahead and configure the trunk now. Step 1, configure trunking on S1 and use VLAN 99 as the native VLAN. A, configure gigabit 01 and 02 interfaces on S1 for trunking. Okay, good. Here's the S1. I can see on the left side gigabit 01, on the right side gigabit 02. These two has to be on the as trunk ports, configured as trunk ports. So I'm going to go to S1. Here I am in the S1. Okay. To configure the trunk port, of course, I need to go to the global config mode first and then go to the interface mode. So config T. So I'm in the config mode. Now which interface? Two interfaces, gigabit 01 and 02, both should be trunk ports. So I'm going to select both at the same time by typing interface tab, okay, range, RA tab. So range, so I can select both of them at the same time, gigabit 0/1 -2. There so I have selected the range of interfaces 1 and 2 both. Okay, now I'm going to set those two ports, their mode to be trunk. So I'm going to type Swiss port, SWI tab, Swiss port, just M tab mode, just A tab access. Sorry, no, I do not access, I don't trunk. I need trunk, so T is trunk, Swiss port mode trunk. That will be my command. Enter. Now it shows that line protocol went down, then went up. See, first went down, then went up, then went down, then up, because I changed the mode. Now it came up as a trunk mode. Okay, trunk port. Okay. Now then configure the VLAN 99 as the native VLAN for gigabit 01 and 02 interfaces on S1. So I need to specify VLAN 99 as the native VLAN so that these trunk ports will not tag the traffic that comes from native VLAN of 99. Okay, so I'm going to type Swiss port trunk native VLAN. What is the native VLAN I am assigning? 99, VLAN 99. That, enter. That part is done. Okay, now that is done. Now, so the trunk port, going back to the instruction, the trunk port takes about a minute to become active due to spanning tree. Okay, it takes a little bit time to communicate and become active. Click fast forward time to speed the process. After the ports become active, you will periodically receive the following syslog message. Okay, so I'm going to go and fast forward the time. This button right here, that way I can faster the time right here, fast forward the time. Okay, and back to the S1. Yeah, as I fast forward the time, I see what's happening. The native VLAN mismatch with S2 and mismatch with S3. Let me tell you what happened. In here, in the S1, I assigned 99 to be the native VLAN. But on the S2, the native VLAN still is VLAN 1. On S3, the native VLAN still is VLAN 1. That's why there's a mismatch. That's why I'm getting them. So I have to go to those switches too and assign VLAN 99 as the native VLAN. Okay. Now, let's see what they're telling me to do. you configured VLAN 99 as the native VLAN on S1. However, S2 and S3, yes, using VLAN 1 as their default native VLAN. I get that. Although you have a native VLAN mismatch, pings between PCs on the same VLANs are now successful. Why? Because even though native VLANs are mismatched, so the tagging of this traffic of 99 or VLAN 1, they will be confused. There will be confusion with that. However, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, they should be able to communicate within the same VLAN using the switch now, because the port has been, the trunk has been configured. Okay, so let's see the example. I'm going to try to ping from PC2 to PC5. How about that on VLAN 20? So go to the PC2, desktop, command prompt. Okay, PC2. From there, I'm going to ping PC5 because they are in the same VLAN, VLAN 20, PING, and PC5 right here. PC5 would be, its IP address is 172.17.20.25. Right mouse click, well, Control C, copy, right mouse click here and paste. Yes, I was able to communicate within the same VLAN now that the trunk is functional. Okay, going back to the instruction. Okay, step 2, verify trunking is enabled on S2 and S3. Remember, we only have configured trunking on S1. I have not gone to the S2 and S3 to do the trunking yet. But how is trunking working with S2 and S3? That's because of the auto negotiation. Okay, because the protocol, the DTP, the dynamic trunking protocol, this protocol has automatically negotiated between S1 and S2 and S1 and S3 the trunking. Okay, so therefore S2 and S3's ports are also now trunk port, the Gigabit 01 and Gigabit 02 respectively. So let's go and check that. S2, let's go to into the S2 and see. I'm in the S2 and I'm gonna go to enable, okay, privileged exec mode, type show interfaces trunk, that command. See what it shows. Yeah, show interfaces trunk. Yes, on the S2 Gigabit 01 port is a trunk port now that automatically has been configured. Here is its encapsulation type 802.1q. It's trunking. Native VLAN though remains 1, which I'm going to change to 99 later. What VLANs are allowed on this trunk? All the VLANs from 1 through all the way 1005. What are the active VLANs right now that are allowed, that are in here right now? 1, 10, 20, 30, 88, 99. Okay, and so on. Good. Now let's go back. So, and let's go check the S3 the same way. I'm going to go into S3 and enable privileged exec mode, show VLAN, show interfaces trunk, and I see that on the S3 Gigabit 02 port is a trunking port now, and again it has the native VLAN is assigned as still remaining as VLAN 1, which I'm going to change, and I see which VLANs are allowed, which active VLANs are allowed right now, all of them. Good. Now step 2 also asks this question: which active VLANs are allowed in the allowed to cross the trunk? Yes, I already have seen that. All the VLANs, 1 and also 10, 20, 30, 88, 99, all of them. Good. Step 3, correct the native VLAN mismatch on S2 and S3. Okay, configure the VLAN 99 as the native VLAN for the appropriate interfaces on S2 and S3. So I'm going to configure VLAN 99 as the native VLAN on them. Okay, show interfaces trunk afterwards to verify. So let's do that. Let's change it. The VLAN native VLAN 299. I'm in the S3 right now. S3. So I'm going to type configure. Oopsie. Config T. Then interfaces. Interface would be gigabit 02 in the S3 because I'm in the S3. So I'm in interface gigabit 02. There I'm going to type the Swissport trunk native VLAN. Swissport trunk native VLAN should be 99. Enter. That's the command. That's all I have to do. I have to type this command, Swissport trunk native VLAN 99. Okay, and I have to do that in this interface mode. Once I selected interface gigabit 02, because I'm in Swiss 3 S3. Okay, and now you see the port consistency is now restored. Good. Now I'm going to go into the Swissport. I can just say end END in here, back to the privileged exec mode. Now I'm going to go to Swiss 2 S2. Here is my S2. Here also type config T interface. On the Swiss 2, my interface should be gigabit 01. Gigabit 01, selected that interface. In that interface, I'm going to type Swissport trunk tr native VLAN 99. Enter. Okay. Now again, I have done this now. Make sure that you go to this on the Swiss 2 S2 interface 0 gigabit 01 and type this command right here. All the way, Swissport trunk native VLAN 99. That's it. Now the port consistency now is restored. So we're done. And I can see my point right now, completion 80/80. So yeah, whole 80 point is now done. Basically my lab is done point wise. But I'm going to go finish up whatever they're telling me to do next. Issue the show interface trunk command to verify the correct native VLAN configuration. Show interface trunk. Okay, I'll do that. I'm in the interface mode right now. So END takes me to the privileged exec mode. Type show interfaces trunk. Enter. Now you can see gigabit 01 is still the trunking port, but native VLAN is now 99 in the S2. Okay, let's go check in the S3. S3 also I have done the same thing, so I'm going to type show interfaces trunk. Okay, and see 99 is the native VLAN now. So yeah, I can see that. Now step 4, one more step left. The lab is done point wise, but let's see one more step. Verify configuration on S2 and S3. Issue the show interfaces, then the interface name Swissport command to verify the native VLAN is now 99. They want you to learn one more show command, show interfaces and then Swissport. Okay, so I'm in the S3 right now. Type show interfaces. Then which interface are you talking about in here on the Swiss S3? Is gigabit 02. So type that gigabit 02. Gigabit 02. Okay, space. Then the word Swissport, SWI, then tab. That is the command. They want you to use this command, show interfaces, then put the right interface gigabit 02 and then Swissport. Okay, enter. Shows a whole lot of detail about that interface now. And it shows, yeah, trunking native mode VLAN is 99 native. Yeah. So I verified that VLAN 99 is the native now. Okay. Same way, go to the S2. Now I'm in the S2. I'm going to type show interfaces. In this case, in the Swiss S2, the trunk port is gigabit 01. So I'm going to type gigabit 01. Gigabit 01. And then Swissport, SWI, tab, Swissport. Okay, that's the command. Enter. Here too I see 99 is the native VLAN now. Okay, so the command was show interfaces and then whatever the interface name, that, and Swissport. Okay, now the last point here, F. Okay, use the show VLAN command to display information regarding VLANs. Why is port gigabit 01 on S2 no longer in the VLAN 1. Okay, I'm in the S2. I'm going to type show VLANs. S is OW, just type VL tab. See show VLAN, that's the command. Enter. See what happens now. In this show VLAN, you see VLAN 1 has all these ports, but not the gigabit 01. Gigabit 02 is still there, but not the gigabit 01, because gigabit 01 is now a trunk port. A trunk port should not be belonging to in any single VLAN, not the VLAN 1, not the VLAN 10. Trunk port does not belong to any one VLAN. Okay, so that's why trunk port is not there. Okay, I can see that gigabit 01 port by typing show interfaces trunk. That would work. Okay, anyway, so that's about this lab. I see that 80 over 80 points, so I hope that it helped you all. So I'll be catching you again. I don't know, tomorrow is Thursday. If I go tomorrow live again, it will be in the evening. Tomorrow I'm not going to go live in the daytime. So, and hopefully, I'm going to go fast, get a couple of more labs done, and then I'm going to go fast to get some more chapters done too, to get you guys up and running, ready, all the chapters and lab for this semester. Maybe in another week, maybe in 10 more days, I'll be done all of it. That way you can have them, practice them as needed. And that concludes today's session. And I'll see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow, if I do, it's going to be in the evening, as I said. Be sure to subscribe my channel so that whenever I go live, you'll get notification. Okay, once I schedule a live lab or chapter, whatever, you're going to be notified. Okay, so have a good night. Thank you so much.